What's up everyone, Randy here with Nerds Templar. This is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Season 1, Set 4. It's the Blue Division today. And coming into our Set 4, after 3 sets, we've got right now Cloud, Sora, Banjo, and Kazooie, all 3-0. We've got Ganondorf at 2-0. Snake and Wario, Pacman, Ness, Meta Knight, and Captain Falcon are 2-1. Meta Knight surprising there, also Snake surprisingly. Then we got 1-1 Rob, we got 1-2 Roy, Palutena, Inkling, Lucas, Pichu, and Fox. We got 0-2 Steve. We have Falco, Ken, and Rosalina then at the bottom on at 0-3. And today in the Dreamland, as always, for our spring season here, we've got Inkling versus Captain to start us off, Rosalina versus Cloud, Palutena versus Lucas, Fox versus Pichu, Roy versus Ken, Steve versus Falco, Ganondorf taking on Meta Knight, Rob versus Banjo and Kazooie, Snake versus Sora, and Ness taking on Pacman at the end. Wario is on a bye, again sitting at 2-1. So let us begin. Inkling, you're up first. In a tough one, and again, we're doing last day probably of our green skins. Wait, again, well, our secondary skins. Again, we're in the blue division now. We just did the green. Versus Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon, of course, as we always mention, one of the top of the division last season, 13-7. Ness took over that top spot toward the end, but Captain Falcon held it for a while. And again, he was number 1 for most of the time. That's of course just a regular season. We've been holding off on talking about the playoffs from season 0 at all, what happened there, but after set 5 probably maybe I'll start divulging that info. I guess that'll be long enough, I suppose. Right now, though, again, Inklings new to the league here. Not faring that well. 1-2. Started off with a win against Falco, looked pretty strong there, but then lost to Meta Knight and lost to Banjo and Kazooie. So Banjo was obviously a tougher one, but losing to Meta Knight, not great. Oh man. A little bit of damage to Captain Falcon, but Inkling at 105. Not faring too well here at the moment. And Captain Falcon also not faring as well as he did last season, at least. 2-1 right now. Started off with a win against Rosalina, but then a loss after that to Ness. Came back again last set that is. Which I guess maybe was last week. But that was again a win against Palutena for him. Right now 96%, got the first knockout on Inkling. Three and 1, not so bad. Definitely not as good as he was one of the longer standing undefeateds last season. He and Ike, actually I think it was him and Ike that were the longest. Ike was the longest. He must have been second then. Losing his first stock there, only 32 on Inkling here. Brought it almost back to even, but the poison mushroom for Inkling not going to help. Though blocking Falcon, he just went straight through and off the map. I guess I said her, but I guess that's the blue one, the male Inkling there. Super Falcon missing that up A kick, luckily for Inkling. Super Mushroom for him, that might help a little bit. Inkling at 100%, 32 on Captain Falcon, 2 stock each. The Super Mushroom didn't help Inkling very much. Captain Falcon now has one. And that might be, nope, not quite knocking out the Inkling there. 152, surprisingly didn't. No, that up A kick will, however. Inkling goes soaring away. 42 only on Captain Falcon here. After Inkling already gets one hit on him. So looking great. Yeah, big shot there from Falcon. 54, Inkling's last stock. Mini Falcon, giant Inkling. Did that? It could have turned things around slightly there for him, but not connecting won't do it then. Falcon continues to put the damage on, and Inkling grabs that poison mushroom before Falcon can. Also not going to be good. Falcon poison mushroom below, doesn't grab it. 87 to 50, stock up for Falcon, looking for that up A attack again with the super mushroom. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it much of anything there. 102, 103, 104, 112. Inkling. Just about gonna do it here. Falcon taking a while, but it really is just one hit away. Especially with that super mushroom. Nope. On again. Poison mushroom now for Falcon at 61. Super mushroom for Inkling. Uh-oh. And does get the knockout. Cross the map. 77% knockout with the tiny Falcon and super Inkling. But right now, 126%. Very, very tiny chance to bring this one back. Inkling probably going to be moving to 1 and 3. Inkling, or Falcon should be moving to 3 and 1. Inkling with the super mushroom. Oh. 45 on Falcon, 168 on Inkling. 73 on Falcon, 84. Oh, there, that'll do it though. Falcon ending it with that grab. Not allowing it to proceed any further than that. Pretty nice fight, almost the comeback from the Inkling there. 5-0-4 match. Captain wins it, yeah, 3 and 1 for him. 1 and 3 for the Inkling. Maybe slightly to be expected. This time we got Rosalina and Luma. Taking on Cloud. We just had to go with purple for her, right? Cloud's got a bluish there, right? Yeah, just the one. Already into an 0-3 Rosalina versus 3-0 Cloud matchup here. So, large difference. But, hey, if Rosalina could pick up her first win against someone like Cloud, that would be ridiculous. Just throw a huge wrench in the works, right? It's nice, you know, having things where anyone can beat anyone is nice. It is also, however, nice to have some kind of consistency, you know, of course. And we do see, I think that's exactly kind of what we see, luckily. Cloud getting an extremely quick knockout there, actually, on Rosalina, who started putting a little bit of damage down, but Cloud just, yeah, didn't. I don't think it took much, maybe just over 50%, maybe about the 75 she's at now is what she was at when she got knocked out the first time, almost instantly. By the way, streams of Pokemon shiny hunting on Scarlet version at the moment have begun Wednesday and Saturday morning. Check those out. The TCG collection stream of Pokemon is back up and running Tuesday morning, Friday evening. Also doing Thursday morning at the moment just to catch up a little bit, so you can catch streams almost every day except Monday and Sunday. Yeah, so check that out in the mornings, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Right now, yeah, Cloud getting the second knockout there on Rosalina. 3 stock left for him. Rosalina is supersized. Back to normal. Is she bigger than Cloud? I think she might be taller than Cloud. That's a bit odd. But okay. Not having much trouble here. Might get flawless. I don't know. He has a lot of percent right here. $140 on him. Ooh, 140, 160. That will do it. Rosalina, 46 on her last stock. Can she make a crazy comeback? Probably not. Cloud, probably a little too strong. 72 on her now. Cloud looking to just finish it. And may just do so. Hey. Oh. Wait. Oh. Doesn't quite get her still there. No, that still doesn't do it. 144% on her. Cloud just, for some reason, can't knock her out. Now he's poisoned, so he's very tiny. Oh, wow. Almost knocked out at 33%. That would have been insane. But still, Rosalina at 144. Make that 151 now. It's going to be, yeah, near impossible to come back. Cloud finally going to finish it there. Started putting up a fight, though. Did Rosalina. Not enough of one, however. Pretty quick match. It was really just that last stock where she was trying to bring it back. Not going to happen. Now, this one could be actually maybe a little more interesting than that one. I don't know why we had them in the order we did, but whatever. This one, Palutena, is taken on. It's tough to find these tokens at the bottom here. I guess now that everyone's in the match, in the league, Lucas is who she's up against. So, yeah, I don't know. Could be good. That's Palutena's 1 and 2, and Lucas is also 1 and 2. So it's strange because we know Lucas is pretty good. 13 and 7 last season. Same as Captain Falcon, in fact, when all was said and done. Lost to Cloud. That's, again, to be expected. Beat Rosalina. And then lost to Ness. That is why Lucas is 1 and 2. And Palutena, I don't think she fared much better. She beat Meta Knight to begin things. And then she lost to Banjo and Kazooie. Again, tough. And then Captain Falcon. So yeah. Definitely tough. Hard to say where Palutena is, exactly where she'll end up, but this should be a pretty telling match because we know a good bit about Lucas. Right now, she's putting up a great fight, 66 to 116 in her favor. Oh wow, Lucas with the counter changes everything, turns it all around. 127 on him, but first stock for him, and Palutena is going to answer with a knockout of her own. Bring it back to exactly even. 0-0 to stock. Oh man, Lucas, some huge hits there. 74%. Palutena out again. Now Lucas all of a sudden has a whole stock up. I don't know how telling this is. Maybe Palutena just can't take hits, or Lucas is getting lucky. I'm not sure. Maybe she doesn't have quite the mobility she needs. But again, Lucas, another tough opponent. Definitely not an easy matchup for him. For her, that is. For him, who knows? Right now, he's not making it look hard, although she was the one to stack the percent first. Lucas was struggling around, that midpoint for a while last season before finally getting where he ended up ultimately toward the top, 3rd place. Could see the same this season. It all really just depends on when your matchups are, when you fight who. Dragging on again a little bit here. Lucas not quite able to get this last knockout very quickly. 81%. That actually probably was lucky he didn't hit her with that PK Thunder because she couldn't make it back. He would have, of course, reset her, probably knocked her upward, and then also reset her jump. So Lucas wins 304. Tiny Palutena can't make it back to the map at the end there. And he moves to 2-2. She is now 1-3. This one could be an interesting one for number 4. Fox is taken on Pichu. We'll see how this goes. Know which one to use for Fox. I guess it's this one. It really, I guess that's going to be the third for Pichu, because Team Aqua headband has to be the secondary. All right, we got Fox and Pichu at 1 and 2, both. And again, just quickly, Fox, he lost his first against Wario, who's at the top of the division. Was, I guess, at least at the top. Now he lost his last match, so never mind that. Then Fox lost to Sora, and then he beat Ken. So that win against Ken was actually pretty good, I think, right? No, Ken is 0-3, never mind. I mean, it was good because he got a win finally, Fox that is. But that was his only one. Fought 2 tough opponents before that, so again. That's why we kind of need at least half the matches played so everyone has a chance to fight like a good amount of a variety of opponents, good and bad. Pichu, on his part, lost to Pacman, beat Ken also. So they both beat Ken for their one win. And then Pichu lost to Cloud afterwards. So Pacman and Cloud also don't seem like they're easy opponents to go up against. Pacman is 2-1 right now. Only losing to, I think he lost to Pacman. We'll find out at some point. Yeah, Pacman only lost to Cloud, so Pacman could be pretty tough as well. Pichu should be a lot like Pikachu other than being lighter. Does have a first stock knocked off of Fox already. Bear that in mind, as there are also almost the same percent, 77 and 95. And 91 and 97 make that Pichu a little more, but still an extra stock. Oh man, is he going to get 2 on Fox? Not quite, almost. He takes the percent lead as well here. Again, Super Pichu. Oh yeah, comes in with that, what do you call that? The, Bolt Dash or whatever it is, something like that. Volt Tackle. There it is, Pichu with the second knockout. 138 on him right now. Yeah, I know, I was going to say, there's no way Pichu is getting a flawless victory, but he is going to take this one very easily over Fox, it looks like. They're both 1 and 2, but I kind of was not expecting this. I thought it was going to be an okay matchup, but wow. Those electric attacks, man, they're tough. Still though, Fox does have a little chance here. 59 to 91 on Pichu. One stock difference, but it's slowly becoming not much of one. Oh, but 83 now on Fox. He's starting to get into quite the danger zone on his last. Oh, but the poison mushroom on Pichu. Uh-oh. Fox 89% takes this to 1 stock each. Is he going to make an epic comeback? No, not going to happen. Not gonna happen. Pichu. 2-2. Can you believe it? Fox 1-3. He was 10-10 last season. He made it to the playoffs. We'll see if he can climb back up in the ranks. Oh man, decent launch speed there from Pichu. So we now enter the middle of the matches. That was actually the beginning of the midpoint, which are the 3 lowest matches. Roy is up now. Roy. I always forget he's way up there. And Roy is taking on Ken. Here we were just talking about being not good. I guess we're gonna go with that one again. Yeah, I think that's the one we did. The one for Roy. I like that blue color though. That's cool. So I guess a couple blues. There's blue and like blue-green. Roy is only 1-2. He was able to beat Steve, but then he lost to both Wario and Sora. 2 tough opponents again. Thought Roy would maybe do decent. Nice attack there. Doesn't quite get him off the stage yet, though. 62% on Ken, who, of course, lost all 3. We know he lost to the 2 that were just fighting. And then he also lost to Sora. So again, that one was tough. The Sora lost. However, who knows when it comes to Pichu and Fox. And unable to make it back to the map there, and Roy with a very early lead here, 34% on his first stock. Maybe just the match he needs to get things going for him at 2-2 then, if he would win. 1-3, you don't really want to be 1-3, but it's still early enough that you make up for that. 0-4 is starting to become a problem. 0-5 is definitely a problem. We look back at 0-5 at the time of, 5 matches in last season. Probably none of the 0-5s came close to making it to the playoffs. Yeah, okay, Ken getting destroyed right now. Second stock off of him. Oh man, still can't get Roy out of here. Roy, who seems like Ike, but seems also a little slightly like Marth. Marth's been doing alright in his new red division. Ike did well last season in the yellow. Marth didn't fare so great, but maybe that just means yellow is a little tougher than red, who knows. Now again, all the divisions totally different, not only the ones moving divisions from last season, but all the new ones, of course, that we have. Actually more new characters in the league than there were old characters from last season. So we added more than we had from last season. And Roy gets back to the map, supersized Ken also. 61, 67 Roy, extra stock, just kind of chilling right now. Like we like to do, just chilling. Like we're going to be doing in the Pokemon video game series against Stream. Hunting shinies, chilling. Nothing too crazy. Roy, just chilling with a super mushroom. Gets that last knockout. 3:40 match time. Roy, no problem against Ken, who falls to 0-4. Roy, 2-2 now. All right, then we get the last of our bad matchups, if you will. We got Steve taking on Falco. This will be our first look, actually, at Steve's. Whatever we have for Steve here, it looks like it's just going to have to be Zombie or Princess, whatever that's supposed to be. Supposed to be Cleric or something. Alex. Not Princess. Alex. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's the bluest of them. And Falco. Steve/Alex versus Falco. Steve has no wins, but he is 0-2 right now because he had a bye. He hasn't looked very good in the last two. We'll see what Alex can do for the team of Minecraft. Minecraft Steve and Minecraft Alex here. Falco 12-8 last season. He's struggling though here. Only 1-2. I'm sorry, yeah, no, he's actually 0-3. Fox, who was worse than him last season, is doing better this season by 1 match. But Falco, yeah, 12-8 last season. He is 0-3 right now. As is Steve and Alex, who's almost knocked off the map there. Makes it back. Steve lost to Roy. He lost to, oh wow. Got Falco at 72% there. Man. Lost the Snake after that, and then he had his bye. Falco. Struggling. Inkling beat him. And then Rob beat him. Rob makes a little sense, maybe. It's one he faced before in the past in the blue division there. And then he had Ganondorf, so that was pretty tough too. Newcomer from the green, who did well in there, but the green division was so tough that he and Wario had to move divisions, even though they were 11-9. Alex faring really well right now against Falco. Not sure what Falco's issue is here. I don't think he was ever nearly this bad. I think he was only like maybe right under 500 at the worst last season. So a very rough start, and he was, again, he's number 5 in rank overall. Rob was right above him, number 4. They were both actually 12-8, the two 12-8s. Right behind the 13-7 Falcon and Lucas, and then Ness at 15-3. But that being said, yeah, who knows then what will happen between Falco and Rob. Those are two in question. Fox is certainly in question because Wario and Ganondorf moving to the division actually had a better record than him who stayed. Falco is just 1 game ahead of them as well as Rob again, so I don't know, maybe Ganondorf and Wario may be well better than them as well. So, and then who knows about all these newcomers. All these newcomers could all be better, for all we know, than them. Alex, 2 stock right now. No issue at all against Falco. 1 stock left on him. They both have very little percent. 20 though on Falco. He has much more. Wow, oh my. That was a huge hit there. Taking Falco to 40, almost knocking him out though. No extra help. TNT, don't stand next to that, Falco. But yeah, Alex not having a whole lot of trouble here with Falco. Ooh. Must have blocked the TNT, or he probably would have been knocked off. 89 on him right now. Falco. 30 on Alex is second. And that is game. Easy game. Alex picks up a win for he and Steve in Team Minecraft. Their very first. 1 and 2. That is an 0 and 4 Falco, though. Wow. And I'm surprised to say this now. We're into the top 4 best matchups now at the end here. And somebody who is not used to being in this is playing. Ganondorf is up, coming from the green, and we were just talking about him being very good from the green. Another from the green that was really bad, Meta Knight. So this should be quite interesting. Meta Knight not used to this kind of spotlight, and yes, we did almost go with green because I was just talking about them coming from the green, but no, they are in fact blue division. That's actually probably the best one for us to use, I suppose. Ganondorf has a literal blue one, and that one's kind of blue too. So both of these two, actually, yeah, Ganondorf is 2-0, but Meta Knight is 2-1. Meta Knight lost to Palutena to start, as we mentioned already. But after that, he beat the Inkling, and he beat Rob, and that was surprising. Now he's up against one of his old nemesis, though. From the green division, both of them. Ganondorf, 2-0, having the second bye. He was first up against Snake, who's also doing well. He's 2-1, only lost to Ganondorf. And then he also beat Falco, who can't get a win, so. Sort of hard to say, but yeah, Ganondorf, pretty quick knockout there on Meta Knight. Something Meta Knight's kind of used to. Tiny Mushroom on Ganondorf. Can Meta Knight get him here, though? Oh, knocked into the big mushroom. Luckily, knocked into the big mushroom just before turning back to big normally, I think. Meta Knight has him up to 87, Ganondorf's first stock. He needs to get it quick. You don't want to... Oh, there it is. Knocked him too far off. I didn't think that would have been too far, but it was. Now, pretty close here, actually. Pretty crazy. Meta Knight is large. 54% on him, though. Take that, 68. Ganondorf, the heavy hitter. Oh, misses the poison mushroom. Meta Knight grabs it. Could be... Ooh. Doesn't dodge, but avoids the big sword, up a sword strike from Ganondorf. Can't quite finish him off. But it would have. 70, 86 now on Meta Knight. Ganondorf just smacking him around. Meta Knight not having much luck at the moment. Few hits there, just needs more poison mushroom, not gonna help at all. Ganondorf connects right afterward. There goes Meta Knight's second stock. Ganondorf was at 40-ish. Oh, wow. Wow. Super Ganondorf. Did he just one-shot Meta Knight? That was pretty ridiculous. 2-19 match. That was crazy. Ganondorf 3-0, Meta Knight 2-2. But honestly, Meta Knight's just got to be happy to be 2-2, even. Rob, this time, is taking on Banjo and Kazooie. This should be very interesting as well. That blue bear. Again, Rob, 1-1. Was number 4 last season at 12-8. Taking on the 3-0 Banjo, new to the league. And Rob is not 1-1. I don't know. Oh, yes, he is, because he had the first bye. Yeah. And then he beat Falco. And then just lost to Meta Knight. So, I don't know. Is Meta Knight real bad, but actually better than most of those from the blue division last season? If that's the case, he and Snake both seem to be that way, maybe. If that is the case, then Ganondorf and Wario might completely dominate. Yeah. We see them up there. We actually see both Ness Ness struggling less, but Ness is 2-1, and Captain Falcon though only 2-2 right now. The top from last season. Dealing then again with Cloud, Sora, Banjo. They're all 3-0 right now, all new. Banjo defeating Ness to begin things, the one loss Ness has. And then came back, beat Palutena, came back again, set 3, beat Inkling. Can Rob end that win streak? Not at the moment looking that way. The Super Mushroom could help here. 47 on Banjo, 60, 76. Misses the laser. Gets the next to 87 and no more Mushroom, but that was some nice damage at least with it, if nothing else. Banjo at 104. We'll see if Rob can take any advantage of that. He's at the same right now, with 1 stock less. Banjo whips him out of the stage. Oh my, Rob getting owned right now by Banjo and Kazooie. Scary. Looking like very tough competitors. Rob finally gets that first stock because of all that percentage. But does he have any chance left? Again, another one from the blue last season. How far will he fall now? Will there be anyone from the blue division last season who is any good this season in this division? You know who's the best right now is Ness at 2-1, and he is the last. He's number 8 right now in the way ranks are. Number 8, the only one that would stay from the top. And at the bottom, though, we have Fox and Falco both that would stay because they have done so poorly. Now, after today, things might be even more different. The way it's looking, even worse, that is. Ness still has to play, of course. Woo-wee. Yeah. Banjo-Kazooie, definitely a game you may see. We do some classic game streams someday. That's definitely one, along with Zelda, Donkey Kong. Definitely play some Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, and there it is. With the pointy bird beak. Kazooie. Getting that last knockout. And wow, easy. Very easy. As it has been pretty much, I think, this entire time for Banjo. Maybe he struggled against one character, but maybe not. Either way, he's 4-0. Going hard. 1-2 for Rob. Snake, the 2-1 Snake from the last, who only won 2 matches last season, is up. In our second to last match, which again is very unusual for him. He's never been in this high card sort of set, if you will. He's taking on Sora, which is one of the reasons he's here. And certainly is not going to be easy. And, oh man, probably going to have to use old school Sora for his third, even though we could just go with the white one as well. Oh, what that? Is that black and blue? Maybe you have to try that one out. But either way, that's his secondary. The bluest of them all. 3-0 Sora, as we've already mentioned. Snake began with a loss, but he also had to begin against Ganondorf, who also came from green. Just like Meta Knight lost to him just now, today. And then Snake won, of course, his next 2 matches. That was against, first, Steve. So there was that. And then he took out Wario, so that was kind of crazy, because Wario, it was the other one from the green, who was 11-9 and had to move along with Ganondorf. So to beat him was definitely a feat. See what it means. Right now, he's actually hanging in there with Sora, which is crazy. Sora does not seem as, I don't know, active in this match as we've seen him in the past. Oh, Blizzaga into a Super Mushroom for Snake there. Sora goes and grabs the mini mushroom, and little Sora gets destroyed by giant Snake there. Easy. And Snake has the lead right now. Sora just stepped on the mine. He's kind of lucky, I guess he did it when he had no percent. But with that Super Mushroom, kind of needed that knockout on Snake, and he didn't get it and almost knocked himself out, going for a very risky play there. And wow, Snake is actually looking really good here to take this victory. Not quite an upset because Snake is 2-1, which is crazy again. But it is kind of upset-like because Sora hasn't actually lost any matches yet, and we know Snake to have gone 2-18 last season, and that's crazy in itself. Sora barely tying this up, kind of bringing it back a little bit for himself. He's at 68%, has another poison mushroom, and got hit by either a mine or just another bomb because Snake just has so many explosives. And Sora is an entire stock down right now. He needs to stop grabbing poison mushrooms for one. That might help. That's really the biggest reason he probably lost this, at least this particular match. Maybe it could have been a Snake win another way. But at the moment, it's a Snake win because Sora's poison mushrooms and Snake's super mushrooms. Yeah, it's pretty much been the whole tale of this match. Usually doesn't happen that way. Maybe it does more often than I've noticed, at least. But this one seems like it's rather obvious. Let's see if Sora can do anything here. Step on a couple mines, that doesn't help. He hit by another one, maybe there. Doesn't have much. He keeps getting hit by explosive things. I don't think he has much chance here. Snake is going to go 3-1 and bring Sora down with him. Go down there to 3-1, of course. There's a mine right there. Oh no, I think he did hit it. And that was what did it. Sora getting owned by Snake. Can you believe it? What is this guy doing all of a sudden? See, I kind of expected him to be decent last season. So his 2-18 was a surprise to me then. I have no idea what to think of him. That was a crazy win to have, though, over Sora. There you have it. 2-1 for the both of them now. Or 3-1, that is. And now we have one that might be even better than that, if you can imagine. This is Ness. Even though neither of them are undefeated. It is Ness, anyway, the first rank from last season. And he's taking on Pacman, and I still have some hope for Pacman not being too bad. He's 2-1 right now. They're both 2-1 right now. So let us see what they can do. Pacman with his little blue sweatbands or whatever. Elbow pads. 3, 2, 1, go! Ness, he lost his first match. That was the one against Banjo, who remains undefeated now. He then came back to defeat Captain Falcon and Lucas. So he had 3 tough net matchups, and he's still 2-1. So he's actually looking pretty good now. Pacman defeated Pichu to begin things, who's also not doing completely terrible for himself, 2-2. Pacman could end up there today if he loses this. But then he lost to... he beat Pichu. He lost to Cloud then afterward, which is, again, obviously tough. And then after that, last set, then, he beat Rosalina, who's still winless. So, yeah, it's tough to say where Pacman will end up. Right now, looking decent against Ness. And any win against Ness is huge. You can beat the one who was first place last season. You've done something right. Same goes for if you can beat second place Captain Falcon, I'd say. Or even third place Lucas, because he had the same record, 13-7, as Captain Falcon. And the first knockout goes to Pacman on Ness. Ness is down, 113 on Pacman's first. Easily manageable to bring this back to even, but Ness does have to hit the guy. The man. Oh, and not get super mushrooms. Super mushrooms, detrimental. Oh, man, neither of them are... Oh, yeah, no, he made it back. Wow, that was nuts. How did he do that? Did he stick to the side to reset himself? That was... what? Or did you just go forever with that up, whatever he was doing there? Oh, if I've ever played Pac... I did play Pacman. I don't remember doing that before. There he goes, though. Ness gets his first stock, but might be too little too late. Surprising to say. Oh, man, he went for the PK Fire home run hit. It would have been a little early for it, but if you get it when you're supersized Ness, that could do it. He gets the PK Fire to hit, but it was in midair. Won't be able to hit the baseball bat after that. Oh, he's tiny again. Pacman could just finish it right here. Very quickly. I don't think he's got to worry about anything right now. You don't want to wait too long, but the whole percent, well, he's at 88 now. 59 though on Ness's last stock. 71 to make that. Oh, charged up the projectile and lands it. What a snipe that was. Pacman takes it. And he moves to 3-1. Ness is 2-2 now. What a win. Yeah, Pacman, he's looking pretty good, especially after that match. Wow. Only losing so far to Cloud, and that is understandable. All right, those were some matchups for sure. We had Captain Falcon beating Inkling, Cloud defeating Rosalina, Lucas defeating Palutena, Pichu defeating Fox, and we had Roy over Ken, Steve defeating Falco in a winless matchup there, Ganondorf over Meta Knight, Banjo Kazooie defeating Rob, Snake over Sora, which was big, taking Sora out of undefeated, and Ness losing, that is, to Pacman. Pacman defeating Ness there at the end. Wario was on a bye. Where does that leave us now for the blue division? And after 4 sets, we've got just 2 at 4-0 and 1 3-0. Cloud and Banjo and Kazooie remain 4-0, and Ganondorf just behind him at 3-0. We got Snake at 3-1 now in 4th place. Sora just behind him, losing to Snake at 3-1. Pacman is 3-1. Captain Falcon is 3-1. And then Wario is 2-1, and that's our top 8 right now. Pretty tough looking top 8. Actually, that's almost the same in every division. It's the same as red, at least the 2-1, 1-2-1 being the end. Green has 2 2-1s at the end. And then when we move into our after our top 8 there, we got Ness at 2-2, Meta Knight 2-2, Roy, Lucas, Pichu, all 2-2. We got 2 1-2s, and that's Rob and Steve. And then we got at the bottom there 1-3s, Palutena, Inkling, and Fox. And our 0-4s still Falco, Ken, and Rosalina. So our next matchup is the final matchup of the Set 4 series. And that will be the yellow division, of course. We're going to have the Pokemon Trainer taking on Ike to begin things there, because they're not... The Pokemon Trainer is not faring so well. Ike is 2-1, and so... But that's a great matchup of number 1 and 2 from last season. Start things off there. Joker versus Richter is after them. Ice Climbers versus Samus, a rematch from Blue Division, now in the yellow. Isabelle versus Min Min. Olimar taking on Sonic. Zero Suit Samus versus Daisy. Sephiroth versus Duck Hunt. Game & Watch versus Wii Fit Trainer. Robin versus Pikachu. And me Sword Fighter taking on Ridley at the end there. Might be a pretty good one. Incineroar, one of the best it looks like in the league right now, on a bye. And for these guys next time, we got the 2-2 Lucas taking on the 1-3 Inkling to start things off. Lucas needs more wins. Inkling needs definitely to get a win. Another win. Pacman then at 3-1 taking on the 1-3 Palutena. Palutena has her hands full again there. Ken at 0-4 is taking on the 3-1 Snake. So that'll be a tough matchup for him, as well as Falco at 0-4 up against the 2-1 Wario. And we got Fox at 1-3 up against the 2-2 Roy. Both of them searching for a win as well. We got Pichu 2-2. Taking on Rosalina, 0-4. Then we got Meta Knight taking on Steve. Surprisingly, this is one of the top 4 matches. We have a lot of higher record versus lower records today. Almost every match this one is higher record versus lower. Almost every one. So there aren't too many that are like crazy matches, but there is one, right? Maybe 2. Meta Knight versus Steve, though, that's Meta Knight at 2-2 and Steve at 1-2. We don't really know what Steve's about just yet. Captain Falcon then at 3-1 himself, taking on the 1-2 Rob. Again, a rematch from the blue division. That could be quite good, though. And then we have our last 2, Cloud at 4-0, taking on Ness at 2-2. And we know Ness could be much better, so that could be quite a good one there. And then finally, definitely a great one here, Banjo at 4-0 is taking on the 3-0 Ganondorf. Someone has to fall from the undefeated spot there. Who will it be? And Sora, who just fell from undefeated to go to 3-1, he's on a bye, licking his wounds, see if he can come back strong after that in set 6. But that's set 5 for them. We'll see that next week or at some point. I think it's actually going to be beginning. Yeah, it'll be on Monday next week. And then, but tomorrow we will see set 4 for yellow. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Check out everything else on the channel. We got videos, we got shorts, we got streams almost every day. Check it out. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know who you think is going to win these matchups coming up next time. Earn yourself some temple coins in the process. It's non-monetary points that mean nothing, basically, except at least for now. Anyway, I'm Randy. This is Nerds Templar. It's a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Peace out.